Right, big question time, Dave. If I was your trainee and I used AI, would I be cheating when I used AI on 14 fish?
Oh, good question. No, but I think is probably the no but I would go with from that way. So I think first and foremost, we'll leave a link below. The RCGP have released their AI use of AI for training update, which is a bit bland. Not going to lie, even for me, and I love a document, certainly out there. But I think the trainee's got to be careful. And I think the best analogy that I've heard with use of AI is to treat it like a colleague. So if you're using it to reflect stuff against a bit like a whiteboard, then actually you should be okay. But if you're using it to say, spit me out a reflection on this event that happened last week, and then you copy and paste that, you're going to get into trouble, which is no. I know what people in the audience are probably going to come back of like, how do they know? And I think the honest answer is they probably don't. But and I think as AI gets better and better, those sort of the AI isms that you're quite obvious that you haven't written it will become harder and harder to track. So it is, unfortunately, it's just down to your honesty and potential probity. But I thought, bang, I thought I would use this because I found as a trainer a really cool tool that I was at a training event called Clinibot, which is pretty awesome. And what is great about it is that it's got multiple AI tools. So it's clearly got a algorithm behind it. And what with these AI tools is that you can use it as and when. But like with the educator buddy, it's just your bit of a blank text box. And this is the problem with it, is that until you get some sort of like, well, actually, how do I use this? You can actually use it for quite a few things. So the one bit that I've done in a bit of a Blue Peter, here's one I prepared earlier, is that I have used this with my trainee, is a CBD question generator, which is like, oh, yes. So I've got a rough case that I've sort of pushed out that I've just copied and pasted into it. Basically, 78-year-old gentleman, metastatic prostate cancer, had some spinal mets, etc., etc. All made up, not a real patient. And I'm trying my best to scroll down. There we are. But what you
And
can
this
do
links
off
to
the
the
back of
14
that is
fish
saying, like,
criteria,
right, me
doesn't
as
it? By the looks of
trainee
it there.
or trainer, sorry, I want to talk to my trainee about fitness to practice.
Yeah.
Exactly that. So this is your RCGP. I need to ask questions on these, and we'll put managing medical complexity, and
That's
then you
pretty
hit
quick, isn't it?
submit, and then hopefully it should, in a
A few
matter
questions
of
on each topic.
bits. Here we are.
Or yeah.
Yes. So if you're absolutely. So then, and then actually, the RCGP sort of say from the guidance that this is okay to use, as in like using this tool. Think what they then say is that you, as the human, must be asking it and sort of almost like clarifying the questions. You're like,
Okay.
well, of course I would, but I didn't say it was a great guidance. I said it was guidance. So, but yeah, that's one area of using it. The one bit which I've used as well is that they've got a lot of things. So the reflection assistant, that would probably be one where you could sort of put in your reflection saying like, what am I missing out? Or sort of like, where can I go with this one? And they've got other bits like your smart PDP writer, which,
That's cool.
just, and the one I've got like, one that I'm
Is
interested
this
at the moment
is
of my
can I ask
trainees
a
doing
quick
here at
question?
SCA.
Sorry
So
to
actually
interrupt you.
doing a role play.
Is Clinibot,
builder for that.
is this something
So you
that
can sort of do that.
is freely
The one
available?
bit-
I.e., you as a trainer have obviously got access to this.
Please,
Is
please,
it
please.
limited
Sorry,
to
before I
just
get too
people
excited.
trainers? I mean, could your trainee access this?
Absolutely. So yeah, great question. So you
Okay.
do have to play for the platform. And then basically you can either get a trainer access or a trainee access. And then sort of it allows you to then play with these tools. And effectively what they've done is that they've got their AI model, whatever one they've used, and then basically put all the prompts to then align it to the RCGP curriculum, so you're not going to come unstuck. And it's just like amazing. Happy with that. But also, because it's still AI at the back of it, like for us, if you've got a random bit like, oh, I want to shoot a prostate cancer video, for example, you can say, can you write me a prostate cancer video for patients? This must include the key risks and also reference NHS guidance, and please provide these.
Yeah, I mean, this is the same with all AI, right? It's how you prompt it. Ultimately, what you ask it dictates what you get out.
Yeah, from that point. And look at this. So yeah, it's got, and obviously then you can sort of be like, right, okay. So going from top to bottom, sort of like, understanding the basics, making the brief introduction topic about it, and they sort of like, and actually I should have probably gone into a bit more detail saying this is for YouTube, and so I want it to include a hook because we've done that before from it, but actually you've got enough there to be like, oh, okay, I've got the key points, I've got the key facts, and like, this is brilliant. So for a relatively inexpensive tool, it's really useful. And if you're like me and I am actually quite new to using like all the chat GPT and whatnot. So even if you're struggling and you get this blank box and you're like, I don't know what to do, I've actually done it where I've said like, can you write, if I can spell, MCQs for me? And what do you need? And then it will say like, often I think I've done similar ones that it said, yes, I can.
Yes.
Certainly, and it will say...
How do I ask you this question?
It will give you... It's really quite nice because it almost gives you the prompts back of saying, this is what I need, this is... Yeah, and so actually just speak to it like you would do, as you say, like a colleague. Like, what can I give you to make your job easier? Right, actually, this is what you can give me. So... Brilliant like piece of kit. Certainly as a trainer, this has saved me already. I've only just been playing around with this, but the potential for this, and if you're in a training program director role, you need to have access to this, like, because seeing on the AI tools, it's got about the tutorials and whatnot.
Just so we're very clear and transparent about this, we have genuinely no affiliation with Clinibot. Like, this is just a piece of software that you've actually bought as a practice and you use, and that's fantastic. I mean, all these kind of things are developing so fast these days. It's great to see one that's sort of got a specific kind of target, and I think you coming back to is it cheating or not to use these things? I don't think it is. It's how you use it, as you say, that sense checking and making it more efficient to do the thing you're trying to do, be it a tutorial, a CBD, or whatever. Fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, because if it's still you delivering the tutorial or sort of you doing the reflection, but actually there will come points, certainly with reflections, where you're stuck and you're saying like, I've got this problem, can you please help me? And I think that's a very different situation.
It can almost teach you something in your reflection.
Please write this reflection for me. It's a very, very different sort of bit. So yeah, sort of like, so yeah, and I think actually with that, it's I found out about this on the GP 529 the trainer program, and the chaps who were presenting it, who developed it, were saying like, right, actually, they use this as a whiteboard, so they throw stuff at it, and they, as you say, they've learned stuff from it because it's like, oh, I didn't think, and it's
use it, don't abuse it, as they say.
Why should you? We're quite limited on what we do, and just let it bounce off.